9 Dharma teachings from Buddhism to quiet the mind and find peace within. 1. Thoughts are like clouds, let them pass. Have you ever sat still on a quiet afternoon and looked up at the sky, watching the clouds float by? They don't ask anything of you. They come and they go. Your thoughts are the same. They are not you, and they are not your enemy. They are just passing phenomena. An elderly student once told me, "My mind feels like a busy train station. Thoughts arrive and depart, and I never know which train I'm on." I smiled and said, "Then don't board any train. Just stand on the platform and observe." Peace begins when we stop trying to control the mind. 2. Knowing contentment is true happiness. Craving breeds restlessness. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from knowing what's enough. I once met a retired businessman who owned 3 homes but still couldn't sleep peacefully. The to-do list won't end, he said. But what was truly unfinished was his never-ending craving. The Dharma teaches contentment is true wealth. When you can feel grateful for a hot cup of tea, a quiet afternoon, or simply one deep breath, your heart becomes light again. 3. Trust in impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, not even suffering. No worry lasts forever, and no joy stays unchanged. I once sat with a woman who had just lost her husband of 50 years. She told me, "I think this grief might destroy me." 1 year later, she was gently guiding others through their own losses. Dharma teaches that everything is impermanent. This understanding doesn't make life hopeless. It makes us braver. Because we know this too shall pass. 4. Practice mindfulness. Anchor the mind through the breath. Nothing is closer to you than your own breath, and yet we forget it all the time. When the mind begins to spin, come back to the breath. Inhale, exhale, and know you are alive. I've guided hundreds of seniors through a simple breath meditation. Sit quietly, count from 1 to 10 with your breath, then start over. Many have told me they sleep better, smile more, and think less, not because they're expert meditators, but because they've returned to the Dharma, to presence. Live slowly. Life isn't a race, it's a practice. I have a quiet habit. I eat slowly without watching the news. Some ask why I live so old-fashioned. I simply say, I eat to give thanks, not to meet a deadline. Many seniors say life moves too fast now. But life hasn't changed. We've just stopped living inside it. Living slowly is the only way to live deeply. 6. Simplicity is freedom. Stop complicating life. A student once asked me if he should invest in a 4th home. I asked him, "Does your first home still feel warm?" He laughed quietly and understood. He had been adding weight to his life, not peace. Simplicity doesn't mean lacking, it means freedom. When we let go of what we don't truly need in things, in thoughts, we make space for peace to enter. 7. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Only the present is real. You can't drive by only staring in the rearview mirror. And you can't walk if your eyes are glued to a faraway horizon. There is only one place your feet can touch, now, The past is memory, the future is imagination. Dharma reminds us the present moment is life itself. If you can touch just one moment of real presence, the whole journey becomes meaningful. 8. Be kind to yourself. Don't punish yourself with thoughts. I once met a woman in her 70s who was still grieving something she had said to her son 30 years ago. I took her hand and asked, "If your son were here now, would you apologize?" She nodded, her eyes wet. Forgiveness isn't just for others, it's a gift we offer ourselves. Be gentle with your own heart. Your thoughts can hurt you, but they can also heal you if you let go of judgment. 9. Let go of what you can't control, accept and rest in reality. Life is a river, calm in some places, wild in others. You can't stop the current, but you can stop thrashing. Many older adults I work with still carry anxiety, grown children who don't listen, illness, loneliness. But when they begin to accept what is, not out of defeat, but out of wisdom, they become lighter. Sometimes peace begins not by changing your life, but by changing the way you relate to it. Which of these teachings speaks to you the most? Dharma doesn't ask you to become someone else. It gently invites you to come home, to yourself. Now, let me tell you something science agrees with. Your brain is built to solve problems, even when there isn't one. It evolved to scan for danger, for threats. That's why even on peaceful days, your mind might stir up old worries or imagine future disasters. But studies now show that mindfulness, simply observing your breath, your thoughts, your body, can lower stress hormones, improve sleep, and even slow aging in the brain. Just 10 minutes a day of mindful breathing can literally change how your nervous system responds to life. And you don't need an app or a fancy mat. You just need this moment and your breath. I remember teaching a woman in her 70s. She had lost her husband years earlier, and her nights were filled with regret. Things unsaid, things undone. I sat with her and said gently, "Forgive yourself the way you would forgive your best friend. Be kind to the you from yesterday. She did the best she could." She cried, then she smiled. That was Dharma in action, not a theory, but a moment of release. You see, Dharma isn't some foreign word locked in ancient temples. It's alive. It's there when you notice your breath. It's there when you choose to let go of something you can't change. It's there when you sit quietly, sip your tea slowly, and feel no need to be anywhere else. Dharma invites us to live more simply, not because life is less, but because less is more than enough. I want to ask you, have you ever spent a whole day chasing a thought, only to realize in the end you were just tired? Let that be a reminder that you don't have to believe everything you think. You don't have to carry every worry your mind offers you. Imagine this, your mind is the sky. Thoughts are just weather. Dharma is knowing the sky was always there, even when it storms. So, today, friend, I invite you to pause, to breathe, to forgive a little, to let go of something that has already passed, and to return not to a temple, but to the temple inside your own chest. That's the heart of Dharma. And I'll be here whenever you're ready to walk the next step with me. Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni.